everybody, thanks for joining me for what's going to be an intense video. I just got back from MoCCA in Manhattan. Sean got a table there, and we had a really enjoyable weekend promoting Living the Line and all of the books that Sean's put out. I got to be on a panel at the SVA put on about AI in art, so that was really cool to go represent our opinions on that and represent the abolition of man. But also, one of my goals for the weekend was to buy as pretty much anything at MoCCA that I thought looked good, and I was trying to limit myself to just like smaller artists. But there were, there were a few publishers there that had some books I really wanted, so I got them as well. But I was able to do this because I found out that because I was going to present on a panel, I was able to have my workplace pay for the trip. So I had kind of mentally written off a significant amount of money on the flight and hotel room and all of that kind of stuff, and just figured I'd use it as a tax write-off. But Shelton State Community College, where I work at in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, saw it as a professional development thing because I was going to another school and doing a panel there and stuff. So they thought about it like a conference. So they're going to be covering most of my trip, and I really appreciate that. So then mentally I was like, well, I have all of this money that I thought I wasn't going to have, and I'm just going to go on a spending spree. So this entire piece of luggage here is packed full of comics. I haven't opened it up and gone back through it. This will be like an unboxing slash haul, my MoCCA haul video basically, and I'll show you all what I got, and then there will be videos about all of this stuff coming out eventually, because there's so much cool work there. For those of us who like our books nice, this is probably going to be a bit of a cringe moment here, where we see how much and what got beat up during the flight, because this just all got slung around on an airplane. So I'm sure there's going to be some sadly damaged books in here, but let's see what I got at my MoCCA haul. You can see I did go on a hell of a spending spree again, thanks to Shelton State Community College paying for my plane tickets and all of that stuff. It was awesome. So we got things sliding here already. Yeah, this is a mess. Okay. So first up, I got a whole bunch of stuff by this artist, Nicholas Offerman. He had a bunch of books that looked really cool. I'll try and hold up and give a preview. I'll do a big artist's review on this guy. I haven't read any of it yet, but I really liked his art, especially some of this color stuff that I was seeing in these larger productions he's done. I think it was really good stuff. So this is a guy I just told, and this was the most fun thing to be able to do, is I told him I want one of everything, and I did that at a few tables, and they looked at me like I was out of my mind. Like, do you know how much that's going to cost? I was like, yeah, a couple $100, no big deal. This is Pokey by Grayson Bear. He's someone that's been involved in the Cram Comics. He was at the Cram Comics table, and I've done reviews of a couple of their anthologies. Got a nice little sketch from Grayson while I was running and figuring out my card. But here's some of the art on the inside of this. So some really cool indie stuff. That's what most of this is. A Village Called McCoy by Krutaic Susarla. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And most of this was just artists at their tables. But I really like the look of the art in this one as well. Obviously, I like the look of the art in all of them. This is Mortals by John Dermott Woods and Matt L. Really nice with foil in it. This is out from Radix Media. I don't even know what half of these are about. I just grab things based on if I like them. Little Stranger by Edie Fake, or Eddie Fake. Ooh, that's a explicit page. Okay, here we go. Here's some cool looking art. Someone getting a leech put on their nipple. Really like the cover, the back cover on this. And then it looked like a pretty diverse, there's a pretty diverse set of styles and stuff in this book. So that looked really cool. Then a real pleasure was that Paul Kirchner had a table there, And I've read his Murder by Remote Control thanks to the recommendation of one of our subscribers. After doing Strange Death, they said they thought I might like his work on that book because some of the photorealist stuff that he does and the way he works in black and white. But he also has a pretty wide range of styles that, oh, that's good, this is in there too. I was looking at it for this kind of stuff, but he's also got colored stuff. There's a lot of cartooning in his books and a lot of psychedelic compositions and stuff that are kind of like what we're doing in Strange Death, so people recommend it to me. I was always a huge fan of his The Bus, which I also got some of those books in heavy metal, but I didn't know he had this much product. So I got to talk to Paul for a good while. He was kind enough to go through and do drawings in every book that I got, and I got a number of books, but he was doing a lot of like drawings in the books, and we were chatting. I gave him a gratis copy of Strange Death because we thought that he would really enjoy that. This is just the program that was there, but it has a cover by, I believe her name's Toma Wagner. She was someone that Sean introduced me to at Comic-Con. He had just seen her table and thought I would like her work. And so it was really cool to see her work again at MoCCA. But as far as I can tell, she just does prints or single illustrations like this. She doesn't do she hasn't done a book yet. So there wasn't anything like that to buy from her, unfortunately. But it was cool to get a piece of her work. This is one that sadly got a little bit beat up. This is another Nicholas Offerman piece. See, it's just, I don't know. I have no idea what any of this is about, but it looks like someone who really, really gets comics. One of the best parts of the whole weekend was getting to hang out with Chad Bilyeu, who we just posted an interview with. I just love him. He's just great people, super fun to hang out with. And I've really been looking forward to his Megala Sunday Funnies. This is an anthology that he put together, and it's got just a whole bunch of amazing artists, people I'm big fans of, some people that we've talked to, some people I would like to talk to. Like this spread is Jay Stevens, who does Discards, I think a lot of people know him. Eric Y., who is in Chad in Amsterdam and the other Megillah book that I reviewed. And I've talked to Eric through email. He's a really awesome guy. There's James Corocan. There's a whole bunch of really amazing artists in here. I mean, all here you can see the contributors, and it's really nice. It's it's like an old newspaper, and they're doing it justice with the big and the colors and everything like that. Michael Kennedy, I just got a bunch of his stuff in the mail. I just ordered all the mint stuff that he has, and he wrote a note that he's a fan of the channel, so that was really cool to see. So I'll be doing a big in-depth review with him, and hopefully we'll get an interview. So Chad just has fantastic taste, and he hooked us up with this for free. He's a really good guy. And then me and Chad got to go out to dinner and hang out on Saturday night, and then on Sunday night I went out and had dinner with Tom Kaczynski and Gabriel Bell and Peter Rostovsky from Uncivilized Books, and we'll be doing a number of reviews of Uncivilized stuff and ongoing series of interviews with Tom Kaczynski, because he lives very near to Sean, and we're really excited about this book here. I don't know. This was one of the few self-made little zines I picked up, just because I like the way it was made, and I kind of like the colors. The problem I found is that most of the people that were doing these little self-made jobs, they were trying to sell them for $15-20 a piece, because they're limited edition things. But I could go buy these professionally made books for I could get this. I went and bought a whole bunch of Jiro Taniguchi, and I can get this for $25. So it was pretty hard, and I didn't understand why. It was pretty hard to understand. I didn't understand why these people were pricing this stuff. There's just no way that the cost was that high to them. So there was a lot of compelling mini comics, but I just if you're gonna do a con, think about what your pricing is. Oh, I got a whole bunch of. Okay, well, I have some extra. We'll put that if people want those. Maybe I'll put those in the video. But it just seemed like people who are doing it themselves need to be a little bit more aware of what else people could buy for the equivalent price. I'm looking at these. There's more books by Nick Offerman here, and I don't see a price on them, but these are probably $7 to $10 a piece. You know, they're like a big thick comic book, and then when someone's selling a little zine like this for $15, it just doesn't make sense from the consumer side of things to buy that. So you know, whatever. SVA, since they're kind of hosting it, they had a table, and I grabbed 2 of these. There's another one in here somewhere, where this is just an anthology of what their students are up to, and they were giving these away for free, and they had one for their illustration students as well. So this is awesome, because this is youth that are still in school, and just, you know, even on the quick flip through like this, I'm already seeing a bunch of stuff that's compelling. So this is exactly what I want, right? Like, who's up and coming, what are they doing, who can I follow, like, who's this artist? And I'm really excited about this, and I think it's so cool that SVA was doing that for their students. There were a number of schools there repping their students. This series of books was the first thing that I saw and the first thing I bought. Their table was across from us. Let me see who this is. Radix Media again, and Mythomatica. And this is a series that they're putting out, the Solar Grid. It just looked pretty interesting. I like the covers. They have this nice little spot gloss, like debossed suns put into them. I don't know if you can see. And then just flipping through, the art looked pretty compelling to me. And so I went ahead and got these, because this was like the full run that they had, and there's 3 more issues that will be coming out that I also just pre-subscribed to. So I hope I like it, because I've pre-subscribed to getting it all. This is Giant Earth Press. This is Charles Featherolf. And this was one where it was like reasonably priced. You know, it's just like a little couple page thing here, and I thought it looked good, and it was only, you know, $4 or $5 maybe, probably less, you know. So that seemed like, and this is also from the same place. You know, that seemed reasonable to me to pay like $5 or $6 for something this size. And so if there would have been more of these smaller things, I would have just gone haywire with the zines as well. This was one of 2 things that I got from a company from Taiwan, and I just really liked the look of it. It's pretty, you know, it's kind of expensive, but it's short, but the production quality on it's really, really awesome. So I thought that was worth it. Then I finally, for some reason it hasn't been coming to me, but since we had him at the table, I finally got a copy of Matt Battaglia's House on Fire, and got to look through it, and it's really beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and scan a couple of the pages and do a comparison of how Sean handled this versus how IDW handled the Parker books done by Darwin Cook, in terms of having the black and white line art versus the washed in stuff there. And so hopefully we'll be able to see that up close. That's been my plan. I've been waiting to get it, but apparently my copy got lost in the mail. So didn't pay for that, just stole it from Sean. Ian Cinco is someone that we've talked to, I've heard of, and I know Brandon Graham is friends with Ian, and so Ian Cinco stopped by the table and gave us a copy of this book for free. Brandon had done a alternate cover for this, so Ian came by and gave us that. That's really awesome. It's from his own Cinco Studios. It's called Neon Spring. This here, I believe, yeah, this is the other SVA freebie that they had out. So again, a quick flip through, you can see real variety of styles that their students are involved in, and just a lot of cool stuff I look forward to. So those will each be getting their own review, so we can get to know all those artists. Ink, Fall 2022. I don't even remember what this is. This must have been at, I don't know what table this was at. It doesn't have a, it's an anthology put out by, oh, this is also put out by SVA. So these are things that I grabbed for free from SVA. More anthologies of their students and some interviews and stuff. So probably like a little student magazine they put out once or twice a year. I think that's what it was. But yeah, these were free as well. So that was awesome. They're handing those out. Then I got to go to Robert Siegel's page or booth, and I've looked at his work before. I was really excited to see him there because some of our subs have turned me on to his bald knobber. Someone told me to look up bald knobber, And I had done that and put it on like my wish list of things that I wanted to get, but I've never got it. And so he was another table that I went to, and I was like, oh man, I've been wanting your stuff. So I just said, give me everything. And he kind of looked at me like I was crazy, but we did that. So I got a whole bunch of his stuff. So we'll be doing an artist overview of Robert Siegel's work. Here's a bunch more of the Nick Offerman stuff. Little zines. Oh, I still got price tags on here. But see, like this is like $10. You know, this is, if I'm gonna spend $10, I'm getting a full book like that and some stickers and all kinds of things, then that seems worth it. But these where people were selling these like 4-page zines for $15, I thought that was crazy. So I got a whole bunch of stuff from Nick Offerman. This is Henry Urich, Lemonade Tango. And I just really like the stuff that I saw by him. I'm not going to open these up. We'll do a review on these. So there was these Lemonade Tango books that he was doing. I thought were really cool looking. Here's another one. I think there were 4 total, but they only had the 3. Rust Belt by Sean Knickerbocker. This is by 3 Acres. And it looked like a really nice, like, 2-tone kind of Sammy Harcum feel to the artwork. There was a preview copy of Sammy Harcum's Blood of the Virgin, which looked really nice over at the Pantheon table, which I'm really excited about because I've been sad that I don't have Crickets. If people know how much of Crickets is not being collected in that, I would really, really like to know and see if I can track down the rest. Like I said, I hit up the Pokemon Fanfare table, and those guys were so cool to us at Comic-Con, and I've just been wanting the Jiro Taniguchi stuff anyways, and since I was on a spree, I said screw it. So there's a whole bunch of Jiro Taniguchi stuff. I got pretty much everything that I don't have, all of the Summit of the Gods, Skyhawk, A Zoo in Winter. There's definitely more in here. And then those guys were really nice, and they came over and they gave me a free book as well. There was one of his things that they didn't have at the table at the time, and so they came over afterwards and were like, hey, here you go. You spent so much yesterday. Just go ahead and take this. Here's some more Nick Offerman stuff. Nicholas Offerman. He seems really, really prolific. There was a bunch of work at his table, and all looks really good. So I'm really looking forward to digging into that. This one, you can see there's sparkles and stuff, so I don't want to open it, but this is just a really cool, this is another one that was from Taiwan, a really, really cool looking book. I don't know what it adds up to, but it's called Emo Land. I don't even know the artist's name. A little bummed. This is one that got a little dinged up in the corner. Not too bad. But a really cool, it looked like it had some fold outs and stuff inside of it. It looked like Rhizo print with neon colors and stuff. There's all these sparkles in it. So this just looked really, really interesting. I'm looking forward to opening that up for a video. Kirchner's Dope Rider. I pretty much got I got all of his work that he had that I didn't already have. There was this really cool piece by Andrew Alexander, who's I got to meet him. He's the ringleader of Cram Books, which I really enjoy, the anthologies they're putting out. And this is like a big fold-out comic, and just like a really nice handmade little thing. So it was a bit expensive, but in this case, I felt like even though there wasn't a ton of content, the form of the book was so interesting that I wanted to get it, and it's so beautiful. So hopefully we'll be able to talk to Andrew too. He was one of the people. I didn't get to talk to him long, but I met Floyd Tangeman, got to meet Austin English from Domino Comics, and just kind of all the people in these underground scenes that I've been talking about. And they're all getting to know each other. Floyd's hanging out in New York. He's been living in New York for a while, hanging out with Austin and Andrew and all those guys. So that was really cool to see, because I had just been saying that in a video. Man, I hope all these people get to know each other, and they are. This is just a little short by Kelsey Short, actually. Animal Magnetism. I forget if this was at a company table or something. I think this was just at her table. But it looked like a nice little fairy story, and was appropriately priced, I'm sure. Sprinkles. Oh, another Nicholas Offerman. So I told you this dude's prolific. Really excited about that. Postscript, a unversed comics anthology made at PNCA, and this is just another one of those things where it's like, looks like a lot of different good cartoonists being exposed in this. So, anthologies, always all about it. And a big good one, really well made like this, all about it. This is Fuck This Class by M. Petrinos. I really like the production on this, that it's like in one of these just ledger books. So it's like, this is definitely what was just happening in class. You know, that's what it looks like. And this is actually the way that we're going to do the Abolition of Man script book too, tape bound on the side like this. I like that. I like that look. It feels very authentic to me. It feels real, and there's some real nice risograph stuff. So I was happy to pick that up. I think I got that at the Cram Books table as well. This was another M. Petrinos. So I forget the first name. I think this was a female cartoonist. Let me see if there's a name in here. A first name. Nope, just M. Petrinos. I think that, oh, this is at the SVA Rizzo Lab. Okay, maybe. I thought this was at Cram Books, but maybe not. I could be wrong. So those two both looked really cool. Here's more Nicholas Offerman. He got the Mice Mini Grant Award. That's advertised on a lot of these. So just a whole bunch of that to go through. This is something that got given to us by Alexander Latanzi. Alex was one of the he did both of these books. He gave me copies of both of these. He was someone who entered our contest when we were doing the AI art, the thing that's going to go ahead and become Pareidolia now. And he was telling me actually Dave Sim went and designed, he had sent Dave Sim a version of the cover, and Dave just sent him back the logo for this, like, hey, you're not doing it right, kid, let me show you how to do it right, just as giving him advice. So Alex is someone who's been communicating with Sean a lot. I've talked to him a few times, and we got to stand around and have really good chat for a while with Alex and his girlfriend. They're just both really sweet, nice people. So really excited to get to meet people that we've been talking to and get some of their work. Here's more Nicholas Offerman stuff. All kinds of work here. This dude, like I said, this dude's prolific. I don't know, like, is this somebody, can somebody tell me, is this somebody that I should have known about that I just haven't heard about for some reason? Some more Paul Kirchner. This one's interesting. Hieronymus Ambosh. It was a much cartoonier style than I'm used to him working in, so I really like that. It reminded me of some of the Roger Landridge work. And then I'm really excited to get both of these Paul Kirchner's The Bus, because I always really enjoyed this feature in heavy metal, and so to have a collected version just of those was cool. And he was talking about maybe doing more, but you know, he's just kind of, it's a slow thing for him. Some more Jiro Taniguchi. This is another one that Fanfare Potemon put out. That's an anthology of 70s Japanese creators, and it had some more Jiro Taniguchi work in it. But also, I just like these anthologies where I get to see things like what Glacier Bay does, where you get to see things outside of the standard, you know, what gets translated from Japan. So I had to get that anthology. I thought it looks great. Also, you'll see here soon, I ran into the Glacier Bay guys and had a really awesome conversation with Imuru and the people there. The rest of the Summit of the Gods stuff from Taniguchi. That's those. And then, yeah, here's some of the Glacier Bay stuff. So, Imuru, who's one of the kind of leaders over there, came over and just said, hey, like, I saw you guys. I walked by their table and it was really busy, so I was planning on going back. But he walked by and showed me, hey, just wanted you guys to see this book, Pandora, that we're putting out by Higuara Ray. You thinks, you know, you guys have done a great job promoting the Ripples one for us and doing a review on that, talking about our books. And I said, hey, can I buy that? And he's like, well, it's a show copy, but it was really right when the show was ending. And so he was like, yeah, I'll sell it to you. So I went over to their table and I just did another, like, hey, you know, get anything from them that I don't already have. I just went through the table and grabbed it. So there's a whole bunch of Glacier Bay stuff that I will be reviewing here from a bunch of different artists. Here's some more of it here. All of this is just glacier-based stuff by different artists. And I just really, I had a really nice conversation with them. Really awesome people, and I really value what they're doing in terms of bringing these underground Japanese artists over. Amazing production jobs that they're doing on all of their stuff. This one looks really beautiful. To the Sea by Mukobi AOA. Really like the art on that. Some of them, the art's not up my alley, but the content's always good, or it's just interesting to see what's going on. So I cleaned them out of whatever I didn't already have. Some really beautiful books there, and that was cool. Sam Royale came over and spent some time talking to us at the table. Really cool guy, and gave us just free copies of his books. That's another really awesome thing, right? Like, some people just kind of come by and want to network and give you some of what they're doing. So that was fun. This is the Ice Wanderer. This is the one that Pokemon gave me for free, or Fanfare gave me for free, because they didn't have it the day I was there, and he went back and had some at the hotel, I guess, and grabbed me a copy and just threw me that for free because I had gone and bought a bunch of stuff. Then another really cool thing that went down. I might have stuffed things under here too. Oh no, that's just, I had some of my art there. Okay. Getting to the bottom here. This is something that was left for us at the table. It had a note in it. So this is from Michelle and Alfred, from Hank Comics and Manga in Amsterdam. They said that, Sean had sent them some free You Don't Know Jack and Alex Raymond comics, and talking about Chad's Megala and stuff. So they came by, and they had already put this there before we even got in there. So some really awesome books from them that I'm looking forward to reviewing. So thank you guys for stopping by. They just had left it at the table already before we even showed up on the first day. Then I did run into Floyd Tangeman, which was really awesome because I really like that guy. I think he's pretty cool. He's doing a lot of organizing. He's funny and really passionate. And he invited me to him and Austin English. We're having a release party for Jaywalk #3, which is the Dead Crow Domino collaboration anthology that they've been putting out. And after I had dinner with with Tom and Gabriel Bell and Peter Rostovsky, I ran over and caught the end of their release party. Caught maybe half of a song of music, and they were having people doing readings of the comics in here as well. So I'm sad I missed out on that, but it's just a lot of people that we've been talking to that I needed to catch up with. And this is a cool little memento here this is the poster for their party. Looks like Floyd did the art on it probably. And this is, I don't know what this is. I may or may not have bought this. This may or may not have been given to me. This is by Kyle Ranson, published by Anti-Eye Comics, but it looks cool. So I went into a fugue state. I don't remember how I got this. I may have just stole it off of Sean's sack or something. Sean wasn't doing any buying, so someone might have given this for free. I don't remember buying this one, but it looks cool. I would have bought it. Maybe I did buy it. And I somehow got 2 copies. Floyd must have given me one ahead of time. So I'll put that in my ever-growing collection of things that I have doubles of to give away for free. I don't know how I got 2 of these. They must have given me one at the show, and then I got one when I went to the release party. I don't remember that happening. Anyways, that's the haul. Obviously, I went a little bit crazy, but I had a lot of fun. And MoCCA's really cool. I've only ever been to San Diego, and I hadn't been to San Diego in a long time until we got nominated for the Eisner, and then of course we went. And San Diego just wasn't what I remember. It didn't have anything to do with comics. It was kind of already going that way when I had been going, and it was a really unfulfilling experience going to San Diego last summer. And MoCCA was like what I wanted. That's what I wish every con experience should be. So hopefully, I know SPX is similar. Hopefully when SPX happens, I think Sean's Sean's thinking about doing a table. I don't know, what his plans are, but hopefully we'll be able to do SPX, and I'll be able to go there and maybe be a little bit more restrained. I guess if we can get me on a panel, I can get my school to pay for it and go on a spinning spree again. But just really had a blast, and it was a real honor to be on a panel there, and a real blessing to have the table there. And man, so much amazing work. I probably could have packed another suitcase full of stuff, but that was when I knew I hit my limit, was when I had the suitcase behind the table, and it was like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to close this. So I don't want to calculate it. I don't want to know how much I spend, but we've got a lot of cool stuff. I'll definitely be reviewing it all. I'll get to it all eventually. So thank you for following along. I hope you're excited about some of this stuff, and keep an eye out for the reviews. Thanks for the support, guys. This wouldn't be possible without you. Take it away, Jack.
You want to see all these books? Smash that subscribe button and the like button and the bell, and then you get them.